Can you tell me about book publishing, self-publishing? I think your last book, you published yourself and you sold it with your email list or on your website. I heard you talking about it on one of your podcasts. And it was just amazing to hear that you were able to do that, without any type of hybrid, or you made your own hybrid model. Can you tell me about how you publish your books and how you think people should publish their books?
Yeah, so right now, people still believe, and this is a thing that's happening in the economy, and it's again related to this idea economy, which is there's all these gatekeepers. So there's everybody, then there's the gatekeepers, then there's the people who want to reach everybody, but the gatekeepers are in the way. So if I want to write a book, let's say I want to write a romance novel. For fiction, you have to write the whole book. Then you have to hope that an agent likes it. Then the agent has to hope that a publisher likes it. And then the publisher edits it, makes a cover. You have no choice over any of this. And then the publisher decides completely on the marketing. You have no choice over any of that, and sends it out into the masses. So you're really disconnected from your end user. But with self-publishing, you write the book, you upload it to Amazon, Smashwords, BarnesandNoble.com, maybe a few other places. I only upload to Amazon, but because Amazon has by far the largest number of customers. But and then it's published. You're done. There's no gatekeeper. There's actually no publisher. You're the publisher. So what I do though is, particularly with my last few books, I do what I call professionally self-publish. So I hire a really good cover designer. I hire a really good editor. I do 30, 40 drafts of the book. I'll hire a marketing company to help me. Now, they won't do the marketing for me, but they'll help me. They'll be like, it's almost like I'm hiring an army to help me run a military campaign. So, and then we'll brainstorm for at least 6 months in advance all the different ways I can market the book. And usually we'll have 4 or 5 good ideas on how to market the book, and then we'll just go all out and market the book that way. And so Choose Yourself, for instance, we did this, and everything is included, like the reviews you get on Amazon, how people feel when they first buy the book, how the cover looks, the message they get when they first buy the book. And so far now it's sold close to, this month we'll probably hit about 350,000 copies, which is decent because I had never sold them. I've sold with 4 or 5 major publishers like Penguin, Random House, Wiley, HarperCollins, and I don't think I've ever sold 20,000 copies of a book before this. Now I self-published. I basically, in a sense, created my own little mini publishing company, right. Published that book, and it sold great. It sold more than all my other books combined.
And that's print and ebook form.
Print, so paperback, audio, hardcover, and ebook. So a lot of people think self-publishing is just ebook, but Amazon lets you do paperback, and then you do Audible. So I went to a recording studio, I read the book. I did it very unabridged, so I told different stories. I made an unabridged version. You can also make an abridged version where you read straight out of the book, and then the recording studio sends it to Audible. Audible publishes it on Amazon. It's owned by Amazon. Okay. And then Amazon also, had to work out the details, but they also allowed me to do a hardcover book. Now, I think they're going to make that more available in general, but I did a specific order of 20,000 copies of the hardcover, and then I made a deal with people who had various email lists to combine selling my hardcover book, and I'll write extra material so they can charge whatever price they want, and I'll split the revenues with them. So I had to be a businessman around my book. This is something I would never be able to do. Publishing companies don't think that way. So I would never be able to do that with a publishing company. And after I published that book, I did use a traditional publisher again for one other book, and I tried to get them to think creatively, and they did a little bit, but not as much as I would push them. And to their credit, it's just not their business, not what they do. But I know that this self-publishing approach works. And the one downside is you don't get any advance, right? You're out of, right. You pay money. But it doesn't cost as much as people think. And I could have cut costs a lot more than now that I've seen the whole process several times. And advances from major publishing companies are going way down now anyway. Right. So you can have, in order to get a major advance, you have to have already a big social media platform. But if you have a big social media platform, there's a lot of other ways to a lot of better ways to make money writing a book than depending on that advance from publishers.
An advance seems like an anachronism to me. It almost seems like something really old. Like
Yeah.
to get money up front for something that you're going to have to sell as a business in the future. I mean, it seems strange.
Well, think about it.
It
Like,
feels like a raw deal too. Like someone's giving me an advance, I'm like, I'm not getting all the money that I should be getting.
I mean, some people will get like enormous advances still, but chances are they've done something like huge. Like if you were President Obama, you're going to get like a $10 million advance.
Right.
But like, let's say a good writer who's already got a decent social media platform and has written, let's say, a New York Times bestseller before, they might get a $200,000 advance, which is great money. But it'll take them 2 years to write the book. You get the advance in stages over the period that you're writing the book. From that moment up until the day it's published, you're getting it like in chunks. Okay, we're giving you the first part now. We're giving you the second part when it's submitted. We're getting the first part when we've decided that we're going to actually publish it. They just agreed to give you the advance. They haven't decided to publish it yet. Then we're going to give you the final part when it's actually in bookstores. So, and then each part is heavily taxed at the maximum tax rate because you're not writing anything off. You're writing much less off as business expenses. So the $200,000 turns out to be, again, and you also have to write the book, turns out to be like, $8 an hour when you really break it down, in terms of take home.
Right.
So you have to have another reason. This is where the ideas come in. You have to say, like, so I know somebody who does get, 7-figure advances. He doesn't. He lives in New York City, so he has an apartment there. And it's over years. So he doesn't make his full income that way. He has to know years in advance. Okay, I'm going to book, 20 speaking gigs, and I'll charge, X per speaking gig, and then I'll also do consulting for companies, and I'll do this. And he'll know that in the 6-month window around the time his book comes out, he's going to have these multiple sources of income, and that's how he really makes money.
Okay.
So you again have to think multiple sources of income and treat it like a business.
Right, as opposed to an old school author way would be like, I'm just subject to my next book. The publishing company's going to let me know when, and I put it all on black every 4 years, and I don't have a multimedia platform.
Yeah, like.
To watch the rest of this fascinating interview, click on the link below and go to londonreelacademy.com. There you can sign in with your social media login and watch the rest of the episode for free, along with all of our episodes on London Reel, my webinars, and all of our premium content, all located over at londonreelacademy.com. So click on the link below, you'll be directed there, and you can watch the rest of this fascinating interview, and I'll see you there.